Okay, everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory. What did we do in the last episode? We finally moved our power from up there, which was a weird place to put it because we had to fight gravity to get all the water up. We moved the power plants down here. There was a guy on the internet who had an insanely beautiful layout, and you're seeing it here before you. I screwed up the placement, like I put these big gaps in there on some of them, and on other ones I didn't put a gap in at all. I don't know what I was thinking. When the time comes, we're gonna have to rip that thing up in the middle, this one, move it over, and then put in number 3. So rip up number 2, slide it closer to number 1, and then put number 3 in there. And I know I'll probably be like one tile too small for it, but anyway, it's beautiful. It works very well. It was a little bit of a booger to get up and running because it needed so many resources at the beginning, namely water needed to be pumped in there. But once we got the water pumped in there and then they turned on and started producing energy, then they could take over, getting these water wheels to turn on. So it's pretty good stuff. What are we thinking about doing today? Well, these rotors, we only have a measly 8 rotors a minute production, right? I could go try to find more of the slugs, and I could try to find more of the slugs and try to up the production that way. But what I was thinking is, because we have unlocked a new recipe called stitch plates, or stitched hardened plates instead of just hardened plates, I was thinking what we would do, because we have such an abundance of this copper wire, is that we would take these screws out, and the screws wouldn't be used anymore to make the hardened plates. We would actually just have just these copper wires here coming out and going in, and we would just switch that over to stitch plates, right? So that both of these would be doing stitch plates. What's the benefit of that? Well, number one, we're using copper, which doesn't really get used a lot as it is now. It kind of is a little worthless because it doesn't get used in a lot of different things around the base. And two, these screws could be used over here in this part of the factory to get more of the rotors up and running. Because like I said, we only have 8 measly rotors a minute, which is pretty bad. And I think the stitch plates they're more cost efficient. I think you get more out from what you put in. So we're thinking about doing that, and it wouldn't be a big deal. All we would do is rip up this one through line, and then here we probably would just take this guy directly out and just send him on his way in, and then just leave this as it is. So it actually kind of works out really nice. And then here with the screws, we would move this merger block right here, and we'd have this one merge in from there and this one merge in from there, and then from here we would send the screws down that way, and that they would find a home down here, like helping produce rotors. That's what I'm thinking. I'm probably gonna do it because, I mean, why not, right? Like, why did we go through the hassle of finding stitched plates? Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just rip it up right now. Everything tends toward change. All right, so the first thing we want to do, we're gonna rip that up. And we're gonna rip that up. Oh, you know what? Let's leave that just like it is, because then rip that up, and rip that up, and rip that up, and I can go rip that up, and then you can just connect right there. How wonderful is that? And then down here, I want to change what you're producing. You're doing the stitched plates now. Whoops. I need a screw there, I need that screw. And there we go. It's got the plates coming in. It just needs the wire now. There we go, feeding it the wire. Now it does need 20, right? So it does take it a while to build up. does take it a while to get all 20 in there, but once it has those 20, it outputs 3. So it'll be sending 3 out when it gets done instead of 1, right? And the entire time it's making it, like the entire time it's constructing it, it's getting, see, watch, it's going to get 40, I bet, before it gets done. Yeah, so it has 40, right? So there we go. There we go. Now we're using the copper wire, which is something we don't normally use a lot of. So that's really cool. And now over here with this, let's see if we can't get these screws someplace we really want them to go. Who would have thought that screws would be so important? And we said what we were going to do is a merge block here. So we're going to merge. We're going to send it right down that way. So you're going to come out into there. You're going to come out into there. And you are going to come out just a little bit. Oh, it doesn't like that. Can you not go up so quickly? Nope. It'll need to be a conveyor. So that way. And that way. Beautiful. Then this conveyor belt will come out. And we'll send it all the way down here as far as we can send it. And then up. How does that look? We like that? We do. And now, let's see. So we could have a merger. We could have a merger where these two merge right here, and then this guy merges into that. So all 3 of these would merge into one. And then we would have a splitter, and we would split it 1, 2, 3. I guess we could do that. That's kind of weird, though. Let me see how that'll look like here. So we have so I guess you would click into there, you would click into there, and then you would come over here and click into there. And then we have to have a splitter immediately after that. But then that guy's in the way. You know what I could do though? I could rip that up, and I could do one of those conveyor belts, right? So it clicks into there, and it clicks into there like that. So from you now to you. So we just kind of. Is that going to work? Does that do what I want it to do? I think so. Right. So then we would have a splitter immediately out from that. And then that would go immediately back into that. And then that one would go immediately back into that. So we would be bringing in 3, kicking out 2. So weird. Okay, get rid of all of that. Okay, and then here, go out into that. And then out. And that. You come out just right there before it actually. Into that. You go into that. And then you go into that there. So that all of those are going to merge into that one deal there. Oh, right. Hold on here. And then that right there, I think I'd want to make it a level 2 belt. And then the same thing there. I want to make that level 2, make that level 2. That level 2, that level 2. And there we go. So now we're not waiting on screws as often, right? Like the screws are coming in, I think, quicker, right? So they're just there. Let's watch what happens. Let's watch what happens. So he gets 25 and he starts constructing one. Is he going to get 50 before he gets done? He is not going to get done. He's not going to get 50 before he gets done. He's not going to, yeah, he doesn't even get close. Alright, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? It means my sorter is too slow. I need Mark II sorters. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that was worth it. I have 91 of these in my pocket, so I have 191 in my pocket. Let's go turn them in. Let's go push the big red button, and let's kind of see what dreams may come. And I'll throw some of this stuff in my personal locker too, because I have more of that. Did we put a personal locker over here? Yeah, we did, for things to analyze. I got sulfur. Store all. Oh, don't store all. I did not mean to do that. I meant to store things that were similar. Like that thing I don't need. It's useless. This stuff here I don't need. Useless. Oh, yellow power slug and blue power slug. Nice. I need those two. Alien organism. Oh, cool! Look at that. Makes a rail gun. Expanded tool belt. That would be nice. The expanded tool belt would be muy bien. Where are the slugs at? There we go. I actually have one of those. You can do research on the gold one. I don't know. Do another power shard or something. And then there's a purple one. Oh, here we go. Can't afford it. Yeah, I don't know how to open those. Are you supposed to open them? Are you supposed to put them in your hand and open them? Is that what you're supposed to do? How stupid. I don't know how to open these. You don't put it on your hand. You don't put it in your body. 250. I just right clicked. What happened? Oh, I'm splitting with half. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how to. I guess I need to watch someone explain how those work. Alright, let's go over here and push the big red button. There we go. Basic steel production.
Reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry grants access to new, simple steel parts. An additional project part can now be constructed. Progress to the next phase is now possible.
Yay. Goodbye, buddy. Bye. All right. Come over here. We get my select milestone. Oh, this is elevator 2, phase 2, phase 3. Okay. Well, look at that. I mean, like, this is phase 2, and that's phase 2. You know, like, it makes me feel really good that, you know, we've... Are we halfway there? I feel like we're halfway there. Alright, so steel production. So now, the automated wiring, right? Encased industrial beam. Oh, miner Mark II. The miner Mark II. Dude, I don't even think our miner Mark 1s are having a hard time. That's cool, though. Oh, tier 4. This is new stuff. Oh, this is new stuff. Idiot. Oh, industrial storage container, which is bigger than normal we have. Mark III conveyor belts, Mark III lift, stackable pipeline support, and then a power storage. Oh, that's so good. We have to do a power grid to store excess power production. The stored power can be used later in case of high consumption. I love that. That is so cool. That is so cool. Love that. Love it. This right here will be fun. Another hand slot, inventory slot, Xeno Basher. We should be able to make, yeah, we should be able to make the Xeno Basher, no problem. We have enough of that. I can go ahead and just, yeah, I'll commit to that right now. Oh yeah, he won't be back. Let me go grab, what was it, 1,500 of the copper. I can commit to that right now. And if I have enough inventory slots, I do. Watch how easy it is. There's 1,500 copper. Done. All right. All right. While that thing is coming back, it's going to take an additional 5 minutes to come back. I can ponder this again. I don't think it, you know what, let's just try it. Let's just make sure everybody is upgraded to Mark II. So that everybody's coming in as fast as they can come in. I just don't think that was part of the problem. Was this, oh, that was Mark 1? Mark 2. Mark 2. Mark 2. And then this thing would need to be Mark II, I would think. Maybe not. Yeah. $36. I guess to 40. It needs 10 more. There we go, I just turned that on. I just gave that thing like the maximum amount of screws it could have, so there we go. That's not gonna solve the problem, you know, like always, but at least we'll start making more of those. At some point I need to start making the other things I need for phase 2. And I am producing so many iron rods. I just don't feel like I need this many iron rods. Iron rods might be one of those things that we do the waste. Like we set up the picket booth here and we just like send in iron rods and it gets rid of them for us. Alright, let's see. Anything else we got that looks good? New is the foundry. Now the foundry takes water, yes? Smelts 2 resources into an alloy. Can be automated by feeding ore into which conveyor belt connection inputs. Right, so here's a foundry. Let's build a foundry right quick. You're gonna make a steel ingot. And for a steel ingot you need coal and iron ore. Okay? Coal and iron ore to make steel. Good to know. So over here, we are making iron rods to make screws. Can one factory, can one of those right there, can it make enough? Okay, so 2 of those, right? There's 2 of those. I wonder if I ripped this up and put in a splitter right here. I wonder if I could feed both of those. I want to try it. I want to stop you. Stop you. I'm going to put in a splitter. Going to come in. There we go. Was that the input? That was the input. Okay, so let's do it again. Put the splitter in. No, that was the input. So why weren't you outputting? Maybe it was doing that thing where it doesn't like it when you try to be efficient. Like if you just built it on top of the conveyor belt, it doesn't like that sometimes. There it goes. Okay. So we're going to see if just one rod maker can satisfy both of those. And if not, then we can just have... Is that a merger right there? That is a merger. So if we wanted to, we probably could put in a splitter right here, and we could send some of those iron rods that we have from the primary production line over here to this, and they can still go off that way and do whatever it is they need to do. Which is what? Make those frames. Make those light frames. Yeah. Okay. And if that right there, if those two guys can support those two buildings down there, then these two are free to make. We can try to make. We can put a foundry in here. We can try to squeeze in a foundry because we'd have raw ore coming in here. We'd have ore coming in here. We'd rip up that. We'd rip up, these. We rip up these belts here and everything. Let's just go ahead and stop that, because I don't want it making tons of iron rods. And then we have coal coming in from over here on this side, and that coal, eventually we're going to rip up those two. We actually can do it right now. We can go ahead and rip up those two power plants, because there's no reason we have this right over here generates enough power for us. I think we might do that first. We might unhook them from the power grid and just kind of see how things go. But up here, like, they only need even, okay, fine, let's say we leave them up there. We can hijack that coal, and we can send the coal down and have it like merge in somewhere over there, and then right here we can have this coal split off and come up here, and we can have it combine with this iron ore, so we can start making steel right here. We can put the foundry right here, and we can have it, and we can rip up all this, like all this would go, because we wouldn't need it anymore. So we can put a foundry in right here, and that would make more sense, because I feel like that factory, like all that, can sustain all of this, right? Like, I don't feel like we need necessarily this over here to make this happen. Now that we have that new stitch enforced plate, right? Like, now that we're using all of this stuff over here to our best ability. All right, so that's that. That thing is returned. Let's go ahead and put this stuff on it and send it back up. Because it takes it 10 minutes to get back, so let's go ahead and just make sure it's working for us. Oh, let's not rip that up. And then 200 of that. There we go. Okay.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided an improved Xeno Zapper with increased strength and range.
Lovely. Now this one needs the beams, and it needs steel pipe, so we'll probably be doing steel pipe production for that. This needs steel pipe and steel beams, okay. And this needs steel pipe. So the steel stuff we absolutely 100% need. Even, you know what, even if it doesn't, even if I can't do it, like even if it can't keep up, I'll figure something out. I'm gonna go ahead and switch that over to steel production. There's the Xeno Zapper, which is the Mark 1. I want the Xeno Basher. So I need 2 of those. Let me go ahead and make another. Okay, I got 2 of those. And then I need to get some more cable. I'll be right back. I want to go make the Xeno... Oh, yoink. I want to go make the Xeno Basher, too. There's that guy on the hill that beat the crap out of me. I had to run away from him, so that's left a little sensitive about that. Malibu, Malibu. Da, 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 da. Oh, nope, wrong place. I thought I was sending something up. Xeno Basher. Ooh, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. Because he's going to do that cool animation because it's the first time we're going to equip it. He's going to do something cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch. First time we ever equip it, he does something neat. Like, he turns it on for the first time. Oh, okay. Not bad. Ooh, that feels good. I like that. They did a good job with the heft on it and like the noise. Very good, very good. I need to make another slug in a jar. I have another power slug here. I thought it was here that I made the slug in a jar. Is it not? Is it over here that makes the slug in a jar? It is, it is. So now this one is Power Shard 2. You use a yellow one. So I had a yellow one, but I turned it over for research. But now I can make, if I find a yellow one, I can get 2 Power Shards out of it instead of just 1. Lovely. Okay, and then Buddy is back. So... which one will probably be the easiest? That's pre-existing, that's pre-existing, that's pre-existing. And then that is new, and it's steel, and we're going to be doing steel. So let's go ahead and set that as our milestone. I mean, yeah, if you want to, I can go ahead and turn some of this stuff over. Need more copper wire. Yeah. Not a big deal. I'm going to do this and just eat. Perfect. So good. Let's go over here and check on how our steel rods are doing. I think they'll be just fine. And we'll go ahead and set up the foundry. Where are they at? They're right there. See, they're moving at least. They're constantly moving, which is super nice to see. And then over here, see, that's backed up, and that's backed up, which is nice because it means that they're waiting for the deal. That means they're waiting. And up there they're waiting. So yeah, I think those are more than capable of providing what we need for that part of the factory. So let's go ahead and just rip all this up. That's going to free up so much space, and we're going to have the foundry going, which is just going to be super duper neat. And I'll go over there and I'll steal some coal from those 2 power plants, because they just don't need that much. Okay. And I know that this is starting to get a little ugly, and like we did not want to do that. I mean, we actually spent a lot of time making that look very pretty and very nice and organized, but you know, it's just kind of how it goes. Now we don't need this, right? We don't need this to be turned into iron ingots because we'll be turning it into steel ingots. We need the raw ore. So there we go. Now let's go do the thing we need to do with the coal. I wonder how cool would it be if we just extended that roof up to here, and then we stole the coal from like right there and brought it over and just made it drop down. That coal though we already rip off half of that coal back there. So what we're getting up there is only half of a miner. And if we pull it off there, we're going to get half of a half. So we're getting a quarter of it. And that right there, that's two, or that's half and then one whole. So that's 1.5. But that does go to 5 of those guys, so. It might be worth it to run all the way back up there to where that other coal deposit was and hook that other coal deposit into that line. The only bad thing is, well, not bad, but the only thing about that would be is I would need to take 2,000 plates with me because I would want to make it a Mark II coal chute. Like this would be a Mark II coal chute all the way down until it got, you know, to where I was going to steal off the coal. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and we'll just steal the coal from there. And if those, like if we trip the circuit breaker and things go off, we'll know exactly what we did. We took too much coal out of the system. Like we'll know. And then, and as stupid as it sounds, I might. No, yeah, that would be stupid as it sounds. I was just to say, like, I'll hook the coal from up there all the way into down here, and I was like, no, that's way too much. But let's go ahead and steal the coal. Let's go ahead and get the coal, and we're going to get the coal lined up so it comes right in here next to this. Can the foundry even squeeze in here? Let me look if the foundry can squeeze in here. It needs 2 going in and 1 going out. So can it go over? It really can't. What if we send it this way? So that one, it turns around and goes back this way. I kind of like the idea of the factory going in one direction. I wouldn't mind. Yeah. So then, like, out from here, it doesn't turn right and go against the grain of the factory. It just kind of goes right there. And then we'll bring the coal. Let me go ahead and do the conveyor belt, or the yeah. Okay, all right. Let's go see how that looks. Let's go see how that looks. Boop, 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 boop. The flashlight should be automatic as soon as it turns dark, and the flashlight shouldn't be a beam. It should be a flood. Like there's a. Oh, that turned off for a second. I thought everything had turned off. I was like, oh no, oh no. Now the weird thing about this is going to be that, like we saw down there, like I can't just click on. I'd love to just click on like a splitter and put a splitter in here and it do that, but I don't think it's going to like that. Don't think it's going to like that. I mean, we can try it, but I don't think it's going to dig. Yeah, it's going to go through all right, but I don't know if it's going to. Let's try it. Let's just try it. There, all the way. Oh, how sick would that have been if it would have made it all the way out there? But the belt's too long. So, let's go ahead and get one of these bad boys. And let's boom right there, just like that. Boom, 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 boom. Now we can do from here. Like that. And please tell me you're going to start sending coal out that way. Yay, it did it. Nice. This one, though, we actually can turn into a Mark. Do you think a Mark II would help? It would only help if that was a Mark II. Ooh. Interesting. I don't... Now that I think about it, I wonder if it doesn't... Like, you have a splitter, right? You have a Mark I belt going into a splitter. And on the other side of that splitter, we made it a Mark II belt because we wanted it to come out super fast. I don't think that helps unless the other side is a Mark II, right? Because it has to wait on it. Like this splitter has to wait for this slow one to move before it can put a new one down. So even though this is Mark II, nope, that's still Mark 1. We just made all of that Mark 1. Interesting. Interesting. I thought we made that whole thing Mark II, but I guess we did not. Yes, we did not. Forget that I said anything. And I do know we have a power slug in our pocket that we have to figure out what to do with. Like, I get that. I know we have it. Malibu, Malibu, spending daddy's money with an attitude. This is not going to be enough coal, I do not believe. All right. So there it is. There is coal and iron going into a foundry for the first time. Woo! And let's get that foundry hooked up to some electricity. Let's tell it what it's going to be making. Hello, Mr. Foundry. You'll be making steel ingots. Oh, he only needs 3 coal. That's not bad. There he goes. Our first, oh, you get 3 steel ingots out. You get 45 per minute. That is not a bad deal. That is not a bad deal at all. Go ahead and get the storage container here. La 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 la. Roxanne, Roxanne. La 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 la. There you go. Put that in there. Okay. Cool beans. That only needs 3 coal and 3 iron ore. That is so nice. That's just not a lot. Okay. So now I assume on the other side of this is going to be you. Too steep. All right, let's build some more foundation here. I'd like for this to go out and underneath. Can you go underneath? Does it look bad? It clips it. It clips it just a little bit. It kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. Okay. And then for production, nope. Need the assimilator or assembler. I watched way too much Star Trek as a kid. Can you line up with the output on the Connex container? It does it. It lines up with the center of something, but I want it to line up with the Connex. I guess it doesn't matter. It would have been nice. Okay, you know what? It does get on my nerves. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now. Okay. So, versatile framework is a phase thing. Smart plating, we need actually more of those, but that requires a rotor to produce. Rotors are an issue right now. Wow, you can't make steel? Really? Is it not you? Holy smokes, folks. It's just going to be a basic constructor. No way. The humble, it does, look at that. The humble constructor does steel pipe and steel beam. I thought it was going to be like a bunch of crap. You can mass produce power guards? Wow. You gotta be, oh. Oh my goodness, there it is, a tree branch. You have to manufacture, who, yes, of course you do. Why would you not have to? Alright, we need these things. Alright. That's so, Of course. Like, why did I not think for 1 second that you would produce, you would take the gifts and that you would produce them into whatever you needed. It is a game about, you know, producing stuff. Oop, I messed up. I messed up. Power line is going to be 3. So 3 to there, and then you need to steal power from some, or you need to hook into somebody. Is that 2 out of 4? Nice. You know what you're doing already? Lovely. Ah, falling to our death. Well, it's good to know what those packages are for. And I'm super cool. It's super cool to see that the humble constructor is still like used later in the game, and that everything doesn't just require. So, of course, I'm going to take a shot at Cryofall, because that's the game that I'm hating on the most right now. In Cryofall, there are these lithium salts that everything needs it. It's like, oh, you're gonna make a bath bomb, lithium salt. You're gonna make a drone helicopter, lithium salt. Like, if you're making something in that game, it's gonna require lithium salt. So it's super duper nice to see this game that's like, oh no, it's just steel. It's like a basic component. You don't need to go and like have a bunch of exotic crazy crap to make steel. Like, steel's basic. Lovely. There we go. Happy to see that. And then I'm going to make another Connex and another constructor. Probably not over here. They're probably back over in your base, or like the original base, to start processing those presents. Like somewhere over here. Maybe right here at the end of this. Yep. Do another foundation. Of course you would have to process your own gifts. Can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together and just be like, oh yeah, it's a game about processing stuff. You probably have to process that into something. So funny. Yoink. So what we will do is we will do a storage container, and then that'll terminate in a constructor. Can you line up with that? Let me go pick up those presents. 90 and 500. I think that's all that I have. I think I only have 590, 600. Let me just go check over here. There's iron ore. There's an iron ingot. More iron ingots. Put those down. Don't even need them. Okay. And then we'll go over here to these 2, which I think these are just full of like absolute trash. Oh, that one's completely empty. Yeah, that one's just full of trash. Okay. Alright. So let's go over here. Go into this. Put those in here. You are going to start processing. I cannot believe. Yep, 10 gifts per minute. So funny. Serve that into there. Then let's get you hooked into some power. And then we'll have to put you out into another Connex. Can I put one here? Perfect. And that goes into Christmas trees. There we go. 10 per minute. Okay. So that shouldn't take too long. That's funny. At least I now know what I'm doing with them, or I'm supposed to do with them, so it makes me happy. You're just getting a trickle of coal. Oh, look at that. He gets 1 coal right as he needs it. Like, he can't build up any coal whatsoever. He gets 1, like, exactly when he needs it. What would it cost to make that a level 2? I think we have a lot of these belts. I'm gonna go ahead and just upgrade the whole line, I think. Which is so stupid. Don't do this. Don't do that, because that system. We're not gonna be using that much longer. Okay. I do have a power slug in my pocket. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just feed that guy directly into there. That's what's going to happen. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. You're just going to go right into there. And then you two are going to try to, just to keep that one guy fed. Then, make that a Mark II. There we go. And now let's see if we can get to 50 before the next one goes up. Before we construct that one. Looks like we did. Looks like we got to 50. So now we're not waiting on anything. Like now it's just happening. Okay. Now we're getting our optimal 4 per minute. So now, put this in here. Let's turn it up. Okay, we're starting out at 32. No. We'll be waiting again. Yeah, if we put that in, we'll be waiting. So I don't think it makes sense to put it in here. So you can give me that back. Do we even need to do that? We don't. Just to cut out the middle person here. And then up it to a level 2. That's already a level 2. Alright. So then here, one starts. Do we get all the way up to 50 before the? Yeah, we did. We get all the way up to 50 before the new one. Okay. So now we're getting a true 4 per minute, which is just bad. Maybe I'll do the steel. Maybe I'll throw this in for steel. No, because then it'll pull more coal away from what we're already doing. So I don't want to do that. And then turning those, like putting in there, it's not going to really help anything. Put it in here, I guess. 3 per minute. Wow, it takes a long time to get those, but they're not really used for anything right now. All right. So now that I know that iron or steel doesn't require a whole heck of a lot, I might. The only shame is that there's no coal. There's no coal out that way. Right? Yeah, that's behind me. Yeah. If I ripped up that line over there, if I got rid of those power plants and I moved the one power plant over there, and I went up there and got the other coal and sent it down the mountain, and then I had that other coal over there coming in, so I had 3 coal moving into like one line. I bet I could produce enough coal to run 6 power plants, and then probably 2 forgeries. One for the whatever these things are called, the pipes, and then another one for the I-beams. I bet I could get that done. Do I have 200 of these? I do. Thank you. Let's go ahead and send up another big red button. Well, not yet, but we're close. I can stand here and wait for the last how many? No, actually, I cannot stand there and wait for the last however how many. That would be a pain in the tuchus. Are there any here that have been built up? No. Waiting for that coal to come in. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go up there and grab the other coal and bring it down. But this video has gone on way too long. I'll go over here and grab the, go ahead and grab this. And then I'll walk it over here and I'll put it into the machine what I can put into the machine. And I'll say goodbye. Next video, we're gonna run up there and we're gonna bring more coal down. We just need a lot of coal. That's all there is to it. So let me go here and put this up, turn off the flashlight. There's that, and then the rotors. Yep, there's that. I'll go ahead and throw those in here. 136. I'll need a personal miner to build the new, or portable miner, excuse me. Perfect. And then production miner Mark 1. Can I build it? Need to place it over resources, but I can, and I have a lot of plate, but probably not enough. We'll grab some more plate, and then we'll say goodbye. This is plate. It is. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, guys and girls. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry things are looking a little ugly, but you know, we'll probably try our best to make things not ugly. But what will happen inevitably is that things will get ugly, and then one day I'll rip everything up and I'll say, you know what, we're going to start again. We're going to rip all this stuff up. We're going to yada yada yada. And then that's what we'll do. Let's go over here and check. Right before we leave, let's just check the Christmas stuff. Even though we're super late on that, I finally figured out what I'm doing with it. 79. 79. And then you come over here and you build something with it, or you research something with it. The holiday event. You need to have 50 for that. And that lets you produce candy canes. Okay, then hold on here. Let's go snag those. Let's go research it, and then we'll figure out how to produce candy canes. Oh my goodness, they're gonna make us produce a whole heck of a lot of crap. Well, thank goodness they let this run for a little bit while longer, because I would be completely SOL. Okay. So now I bet I can produce candy canes. New equipment, new parts. New equipment, new parts. And then to do the ornaments, it costs yada yada yada, but I can't afford it. But this is 10 candy canes. So if I go to a constructor and put a constructor down, and I talk to the constructor, can you now make candy canes? You can. And what does it need to make candy canes? Oh my goodness, stop, 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 stop. My goodness, stop. Oh my goodness. Make candy canes now. we only needed 50 of those. Oh, we only had 10 over the limit, I think. No, we have 44 over the limit. Well, that's. But now we're producing candy canes. Let's see what the candy canes look like. There's one. And we just need 10 of those. Why couldn't you just hand do this? Like over here? Why couldn't you? You know what? I'm done. Thank you folks for watching. Have a great day. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.